Testing, 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 testing. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, it's on.
Ain't no paper towels out here,
Testing, testing. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, that's going good. 1, 2. Testing, testing. 1, 2. Testing, testing. 1, 2. 1, 1. Okay. All right. Facebook is next. Testing. Testing.
The Queen Mother Lois Show. History. She talks about everything from the past to the present. She talks about our ancestors, where we came from. She talks about Black history. You need to know your history. That's what she tells you about everything that happened in our Black history with her co-host, Nate Ski 225. Yeah, that's what we need to know about Queen Mother Lois Show. History, history, history. That's what she tells you about. History. She drops that knowledge, not that garbage. She drops knowledge about our history. So get to know your history because I want to know mine. That's why I tune into the Queen Mother Lois Show about history. Huh?
All right, party. We here. History time. That's right, to learn your history. Okay, are you ready? What are we going to talk about today?
So these are some of our headlines right here.
Okay, the headline. My voice might be kind of off for a minute. Price gouging.
Yeah,
That's people who they
just
pricing all the houses up where they shouldn't be doing it.
no. We ain't talking about houses.
What are you talking about?
Coronavirus.
Oh, coronavirus.
Yes, that's what we're talking about.
Okay, then you got Jim Baker. Then we got 8,400 being
monitored.
oh, monitor. Okay.
So let's talk
For
about
the
a couple of
corona-
things before you go any further.
Okay, for coronavirus. Those are three things right now. And after the first, we'll go for the first death, and then Trump rage SC Republican
We'll come back.
to boy for Sanders, right? To donate for Sanders.
Trump urged South Carolina Republicans to vote for Sanders.
Yeah, I heard about that.
He was trying to mess up the collection.
Yeah, I heard about that. Okay, so we're gonna start our people. We're on Facebook, YouTube. We're on both of them right now, YouTube and Facebook.
Now, greetings first, everybody. Greetings to our visitors who are listening to us today. And first of all, we want to ask you to subscribe to our show so it will automatically show up on your device when we have a new show. So it's very important that you subscribe to us, and we thank you for watching. We want to say greetings to all our friends all over the United States, over in other countries also. So we have people over there in the UK, in the Ukraine, and you have in
Germany. We have all around the world, all different. I can't talk that good, so everybody around the world. We are Nigeria, all around the world. People listen to us. They listen to our show. They listen to the Doc and Peasy show. So, and then my show is next after this. It's Nate Ski 225 Independent Playlist.
Yeah. So today in California, things is a little
crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, people is panicking and they buying everything. They had to call the police at one place because people was fighting over toilet paper. They only allowing you to buy so much toilet paper. Now, not this past week, but last Monday, I went out looking for some face masks and some disposable gloves. And my children, they was laughing at me. Mom, what you doing all that? I said, I'm trying to find some stuff. I said, I woke up this morning with my mind on getting these things. And they were laughing at me. And then by the end of the week, Friday, 4 days later, you should have seen them out. I had one daughter, she went out and bought 10 bottles of the hand sanitizer. And the other daughter was looking for hers and everything. So people was laughing last week, and now they're doing the same thing. And people then went to the stores. I mean, they selling out everywhere of toilet paper. They're allowing you only get so much water.
Yeah.
Yeah, big stores like Sam's and Walmart allowing you to buy so much water.
Kohl's.
Yeah.
Costco's.
Yeah. And at Costco's, they had a long line at 7 o'clock in the morning. When I woke up on the news, they was in line to buy the toilet paper, and then that was Friday, and people was fighting Friday over the toilet paper, and then Saturday morning, the police was there early because people was they was putting the toilet paper up, people was grabbing it. So people are buying everything dealing with paper towels, Clorox, sanitize, anything that say the word bacteria on that, they buy.
And everything was made in China.
Oh yeah, and a lot of these things is. I wonder about the toilet papers. We went to look at the bottom of the package, see if it's made in China. But they were saying like a lot of medicines is made in China too.
Yeah.
So there might be a shortage on that, on your medicines and stuff. So if you have a prescription, you need to go on and get it, because I mean, right now, since what they saying on the news right now, they saying like as of late Saturday afternoon, the total tally of confirmed cases worldwide stood at more than 105,000. Some 3,500 whom have died from the disease. The vast majority of these cases have been reported in the Hubei province of mainland China, but it's all over the world right now, because 14 people have died from one nursing home near Seattle. They have a big old cruise ship out of San Francisco.
Right, it's still there.
Yes. So, but they said they got 102 confirmed cases in that state, in Washington State. And in New York, they have it. They say like a lawyer had it there, and he's been riding the subway and everything.
Whoa.
So, and they say 11 definite people have got it from him.
Whoa.
And out of those 11 people that got it from him, they have went other places too.
Oh.
So that's what's going on in New York.
Wow.
Yeah. Because whoever got it, they go to the next place and they spread it. And like they have some cases where they don't know where it come from, so that means it's in the air.
That's right.
So you can just breathe it. So they're asking people that's over 60
to stay home.
They say stay out of crowds. Stay home. But with my friend brother-in-law, and I was telling some people don't even go to church. So that's an excuse a lot of people would like anyway.
That's right.
But they're asking you, if you can avoid being around crowds to do so. They showed a man in New York laying on the ground. I showed you the picture last night. He was an Oriental guy, and he was dead. Gee, he just dropped dead on the ground. He had a mask on. Now, people are looking at you a little funny, according to your ethnicity. If you have a mask on, now if they look at one person with a mask on, they think they're trying to prevent it. But if they see a different person,
right,
have a mask on right now, they're being very rude to them and mean to them. I mean, right now, the people being very rude to the Oriental people,
right?
Because they think everybody got it, all of them got it. Because they showed a guy on the subway train, spraying somebody.
Yeah, I seen that too.
So that's a little sad for them right now. They're experiencing some things that we as a people have went
every
through.
Day.
They seeing what prejudice is like. So right now it's very prejudiced, So, but they say a senator slammed Amazon over price gouging on the hand sanitizers and face masks because they have went up so much on the prices. And my daughter was at a store and they was changing the price on the hand sanitizers while she was there. So I'm saying people are just, that's godging, you know.
That's right.
And my other daughter told me that she was watching the internet and a person was putting some of that sanitized gel in a Ziploc bag and selling it for $25. Now, okay, Desi, I was telling them about you, what you were telling them about the person in the Ziploc bag. Tell them about it, Desi.
Thank you.
No, not just, oh, you got to come in the middle to say it. Okay. Now what you what you what you seen on the internet?
Hello, everybody. I'm Desiree Carter. This is my mom, and this is my hubby. I'm normally not here. Oh my goodness. So basically, in a nutshell, as you can see, I'm a planner girl.
You can bend your face down. He'll hold a map.
I can't do this.
Yeah, but tell me about what you seen, what somebody was doing on the internet.
So basically, someone.
I see you.
I can't. Well, what do you want me to do? I can't call. These people really listen.
She could have just stooped down for a minute. She could have just stooped down for a minute.
I care about that. Okay, so basically, in a nutshell, people are panicking. They're buying all the water up. They're buying all the paper towels, all the toilet paper, and all the antibacterial. Fortunately, I work in the medical field, so I have access to. I have access.
No.
Am I going to say that? I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing.
You know, leave it alone. Talk about the lady with the Ziploc bag.
But I was giving like the background.
Yep.
Okay, so people are panicking about not having access to the gel. Typically, the bottle is like 20 ounces. People are taking that 20 ounce and placing it in snack size Ziploc bags, like a teardrop, and selling it for however much money.
You told me $25.
$25. That's what they're doing right now. So if you have access, you need to, store it and keep it on hand. I mean, I wash my hands all the time. I always put antibacterial. Disinfect.
What was you saying about at the store? You said they was letting them get 3 bottles.
They were.
Oh, you don't have the mic on.
I don't know.
Put it on.
Babe, I don't do this.
Don't talk about it. Just put it on. Put it on. Just put it on.
So they heard nothing I said.
Okay. Okay.
This is terrible. So I have to repeat everything?
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. So bottom line is people are panicking about having things on hand like toilet paper, paper towels, antibacterial soap.
Anything.
I had to think about it.
Yeah.
And in a nutshell, I've seen people posting. I'm more on the Facebook for like planner stuff because I like planning. But I saw someone who had the antibacterial soap gel in a tiny plastic Ziploc bag, like with a teardrop, right? And they were selling it for $25. I took my mom to Walmart today. I went down every aisle. There's no more antibacterial gel. There's no more alcohol. So
Clorox. I talked to a neighbor.
Everything is limited. People are panicking. My coworker told me on Wednesday or Thursday that Sam's Club sold out of 12-ounce bottles of water we typically have on hand.
Yeah, there's one right there.
So my husband drinks a lot of water all the time. My son drinks a lot of water all the time. We typically buy 2 packs. Now they're going to limit you to only getting the small bottles.
To 4 inches, 4 or 5 inches.
To 3. So Walmart has it. We saw the bottle. I saw the bottles in Walmart. I couldn't carry it because I have a bad back. So my husband's going to have to go back So don't go to the major warehouse ones because they're gone. Go to Walmart, stores like
Costco.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Not Costco. Costco sold out too.
Oh, okay.
So Walmart has it.
Go to the 99-cent
But
store and everything.
they have limited
Mm-hmm.
items on hand. I work in a hospital, so we had to watch a video about coronavirus. So we happen to be extremely cautious. So basically, we have to limit our contact with patients and be very careful. So all I can tell you is just be extremely careful, wash your hands, use I bought the little gels from Bath and Body, which I gave to my son to keep on hand so he can wash his hand and keep it on hand. So
At school.
That's school and at work. So definitely, if you can get access to antibacteria, maybe not in a major store, but you can go to Bath and Body because they have the little miniature ones. It's usually 5 for $7. I would say stock up on that. I would be very surprised if they don't have that on hand.
Because children need that to wash children need to wash their hands before they have lunch.
Yeah.
So that's good to give your kids some also.
Right.
Yeah. So it's crazy in California right now.
And my mom has been giving me all the information and telling me the do's and the don't. So I've been listening, and I got my bleach on hand. I got my gloves. I got my mask.
Use your own pencil. If you're going somewhere where you have to sign up, take your own pencil with you.
I think that's it.
Yeah, you've done a beautiful job. Woo-hoo. So that was my daughter. I'm glad you had her there. Okay, you want to come across me? Because we don't want to knock nap down no more. So don't go.
You should have introduced me.
Okay, come on. Oh, he got a picture there. We can hold it. Come on in. So who is this, Nate?
That's Dr. Peasy show.
So his puppet got his mask on her. I came out the other day, and the cab driver was standing there with his mask on. Oh, yeah. Yellow cab. So people are being very protective. So this is today is March the 7th of 2000. No, it's 2020.
2020.
So if you watch this maybe a couple of years from now, you won't even know what we're talking about. But this is what's going on right now.
Right.
Across the world, the coronara virus. And people are spooked about this. So we're just asking you to be very careful and, to make sure that you don't infect someone else. Okay. They said that Jim Baker, the evangelist, is claiming he's selling the fake coronavirus cure. That's what they have on the internet today. Jim Baker. They said the Attorney General is asking him not to claim that he's selling something. So people are doing all kind of crazy stuff right now. But that's what's going on. So like a lot of big events where they have a lot of people, they tell them about that too.
They cancel it.
Yeah, not to. Oh, what the basketball thing's supposed to be starting.
Yeah,
the college thing.
Yeah, they talking about that too. I don't know what's happening when they haven't the sports that much, but I heard about
because that's really a personal event, huh? Because you got to do the slam dunk and all that, don't you?
Yeah, they do a lot of stuff in that.
So they have to be together as a crowd, but I don't know about the viewers, but they have not canceled it as of yet. The event is going on.
Right.
I think they had to run in racing in LA this morning too, didn't they? The marathon.
I heard so.
Yeah. Because a lot of times but see, people come from all over the world, and that's what the whole thing is.
Yeah.
People coming from everywhere, and they, if you're from Italy, you can bring it from Italy.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of things. It's really, I don't know I don't know what the world is gonna be like next week, and what they're gonna stop and what they're gonna let in.
Yeah.
But myself, I don't want to be around nobody who's traveling around the world.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to be around them right now. Okay. Let me see. The next three things.
Next three things we are talking about. Talk about the first death already, right?
Oh yes, the first death happened in Washington State. The person who died was in their 50s and was medically high risk. And they're telling people who are high risk are people who have lung problems and problems with their breathing, asthma, and all that kind of stuff. You have to be very careful. Anything dealing with lung disease. And they showed an electron microscope image showing the novel coronavirus as shown in 2019 COV. Surface of shells captured in the labs. This way it looks scary looking.
And then we have
next subject.
The knucklehead Trump.
Yeah.
Orange Cheeto.
Yes. He urged the South Carolina Republicans to vote for Bernie Sanders. Now, he really want Bernie Sanders to be the person he run against because he know he can win against him. Because Bernie Sanders is a little bit way out there. You know what I'm saying? All the things that he's saying,
right.
He can't even prove how he's gonna pay for them, and they don't want nobody middle of the road like Biden. So Trump wants somebody who's talking really crazy that he can beat. And so I hope he don't listen to that person and think that Trump like him because he want people to vote for him.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So, but anyway, with the election, when Biden won the other day with the election, it was sort of like a miracle because he didn't have any money to go to all those different states to campaign.
Yeah, but people is tired
So they voted for what they know, somebody they could trust.
Right.
Middle of the road, one way out and weird.
Know what's going on.
Yeah.
Bernie talked about the same old thing for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Break up the banks.
Yeah.
Free college.
Yeah. They're against success.
You know,
him and that lady, Warren.
Right.
They don't like people who are successful. The American dream, people come to America because they want to fulfill the American dream. That's to have a business and be successful. They're against success. They don't like people that got money. I want to be successful myself. I wish I had a business that was successful.
Right.
I don't hate nobody because they are successful. You know, all power to you. You know, if you're a good person and you're doing right, whatever, you have a right to success. This is a capitalistic society. This is not what's that? He want to make us a socialist like Cuba was.
Right.
Yeah, when nobody don't have anything.
Yep.
No, I'm not a socialist. So anyway.
And then we're talking about.
Oh, you know, they had the anti-lynching bill.
Oh yeah, I heard it pass.
Yes, but look here. This is 2020. Slavery was over in 1865, and now they're voting on the bill for anti-lynching.
Yeah.
And they said one person voted against it. I think they said
4 people.
4 people voted against it.
Yeah, 4 people.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 4. Yeah. Let me tell you who those people are, so you know who they are to make sure you don't vote for them. Representative Louis Gohmert of Texas, Thomas Massey of Kentucky, Ted Yoho of Florida, and Justin Amash of Michigan. They voted against the measure, which passed 4-10-4, according to the NPR. These people don't mind people lynching people. So make sure you don't vote for them. Now, Paul Ryan voted against something. Yes, he was the only person. Oh, he voted against the bill for the coronavirus.
Right.
Yeah. What's wrong with some of these crazy people that's in politics?
Don't know.
They don't make any sense.
Nope. At all.
No. Why would you be against something that's going on in America and you don't want the money to come out?
That's what people like. They don't care.
No, they're not even being knowledgeable about what's going on. Now, this is the Pope. They say he was sick a day after supporting the coronavirus sufferers. he was talking to the people. You know what they showed about a person over in Iran, and I think the Khomeini he's the one that's a ruler, but the person that sits, who's in charge, way up in the top part of the government, he was on at a news conference. He kept on sweating and wiping his face. He got it.
Wow.
And that a person that was sitting about 2 people from the head person over in Iran, she got it. So these are people that's very high next to the person at the top. Now, Trump was supposed to go to the CDC yesterday to sign something.
Right.
And he didn't go. And first he was saying because they didn't have everything together, but then the turnaround was he had heard that somebody might have been exposed. And that's why he didn't want to go. But then they turned around and said they took a test and it came out okay. But that's why he didn't want to go to the CDC Friday.
Because he was lying.
Yeah. And he didn't want to get exposed, you know. So he acted like that's why he didn't want to go, is because they didn't have it together. So you be hearing things, Nate. What have you been hearing?
Well, I just be hearing stuff like it's mainly what he be telling people that it's only a cold. It's not a cold.
Nope.
It's a disease.
Yeah, it's a virus.
So all your people out there that's voting for Orange Cheeto as Trump, y'all gonna realize he's lying to everything y'all say. Everything he say is a lie. And that's why he's trying to backtrack. He signed the bill, so. He need to sign the bill. Because he know if he don't sign the bill.
The money was given to him by the Democrats. They gave him, he only wanted $2.5 billion and they gave him $8 billion.
Yeah. They gave him enough money to do what they got to do. Republicans didn't want to do nothing. So y'all out there in Kentucky, better realize that McConnell is up for election. He don't care about y'all. Out there in South Carolina, you need to realize Graham is up for election. He don't care about y'all. So y'all, if y'all vote for these 2 people again, you don't need to even think about what's going on.
You're responsible for your own self if you don't want to vote.
Yeah, because he's telling y'all what's going on. So y'all better wake up and realize it, because the man don't care about either one of y'all in those states. You got 2 people, a person going against him in Kentucky, going against McConnell in Kentucky. You better make sure you vote for him and don't vote for McConnell. And then Graham is another person out there.
Lindsey Graham.
He is going against Lindsey Graham. So if we get those 2 out the House and we get Donald Trump out the presidency,
did you know
that's what counts.
You know the people name who run against Graham?
I forgot the name. Gotta look it up. My thing is,
I can look up on mine.
Okay. Well, we're gonna take a little break.
Play some music.
Now commercials. Got a commercial now. So we're gonna get to the commercials and play the commercial.
Their stories started in a shelter. Start your story. Adopt a dog or cat today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a pet near you. Training that pet to play the keyboard, that's optional. Start a story. Adopt a shelter or rescue pet today. Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
Okay, what are you wearing right now?
Nothing.
That's right. So mommy's going to teach you how to dress yourself. Underwear always comes first, name tag at the back, then pants, then shirt. Get the first button in the right hole or you have to start all over. Socks going first, then shoes, right on right, left on left. With shoelaces, just take the ends, cross them over, switch the loops. The rabbit goes down the hole, pull tight, and you're left with bunny ears. Got it? Why are your pants on your head?
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. Visit 2min2x.org to find out more. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
How's it going? I'm having a stroke. Are you going to shake my hand? I'm having a stroke. Wow, you're not even moving your arm. I'm having a stroke.
When someone is having a stroke, they may not be able to say it with words, but their body language will tell you loud and clear. Look for FAST. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911 immediately.
They got a lady named Anna McGrath.
Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
The stores are bringing me a baby brother. together. We can do this together.
All right, let's go.
Storks know how to keep kids safe. Do you?
But
Oh my gosh, you don't know.
I know.
You don't. Oh man, you laugh when you're uncomfortable.
No.
Making sure your child is in the right car seat is one of the steps to safer travel.
I will rock this.
You will rock this.
To know for sure that your child is in the right car seat for their age and size, visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
Right here.
Cool. Very cool. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Okay, we are back. The commercial's off. We're ready to get back on pace. All right, the person that's going against Miss McConnell is Charles Booker. He was on, I think he was on Black Eagle shows. I think it was on
Joe Madison.
Yeah, I think it was on his show. So he's challenging Miss McConnell. So your people out there in Kentucky need to go vote for Charles Booker to get him out the house, to get McConnell out the house. And you will see that you will start getting Medicare and getting your health care together. Otherwise, you won't be getting nothing if you keep having that man in the house. And then Graham, we're looking on that for Graham next.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing now. Okay. Okay, if you want to hear us live, we're on Live 365.
Oh, and give the phone number if they want to call.
Yeah, we're on Live 365 True School Radio. TREUSKOOL Radio. That's what we on. Live 365 TREUSKOOL Radio. Okay, you can hear us live on there. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. Subscribe on YouTube. Queen Mother Lois Show History. You can subscribe to that. You'll hear about the history we're talking about.
Okay.
And
this is the person for
If
Linda.
you want to call in at 909-352-0037. 909-352-0037. And then my show coming up right next after it will be the independent playlist.
Okay, the person is running against us, Lindsey Graham. It's a person by the name of Jamie Harrison.
And he was on Karen Hunter's show.
So you heard both of them on there, huh?
Yeah, Karen Hunter's show had him. Another one was on the Black Eagle show. So y'all need to go out there and vote. South Carolina. We'll get rid of those two. We will have something going on. It's not always just the presidency. It's the people who's in the House.
Yes.
Down the line, because if that guy and what is that guy they killed?
Oh, talking about the other day?
Yeah, what was that?
Friday.
What city was that? State.
Alabama. Was it Alabama?
Alabama, yeah.
Yes.
If Alabama went out there and voted, those people who the governor, the mayor, or the governor, one of those two in the House, the guy would not have been dead right now. Because you gotta vote for people that's in the House. That's local people.
Even though they know the guy didn't kill nobody.
Right.
They still wanted to kill him, and they did.
They still killed him.
So don't say you sorry later on. When the truth come out, and you're gonna go. Don't go to the parents and say, "Well, I'm sorry, I killed your son." You already killed him. You had a chance to stay. He's in prison. He wasn't going nowhere. You could just kept him in jail. Yep. As simple as that.
That's it.
So it's no excuse. So we have the Atlanta prosecutor may open up James Brown death.
James Brown death.
Yeah. Yeah. Investigation after a woman come forward with evidence.
How he died?
Remember he died one Christmas.
Yeah.
Because we was in Vegas, remember?
Right.
They say an Atlanta prosecutor is considering whether or not to open an investigation into James Brown death after a woman came forward claiming another person was involved. The spokesman said.
Wow.
This woman came forward. Her name is.
His daughter died at 53. Who is right here?
Oh, she died. Yeah. Because somebody's keeping him in their backyard. One of the daughters, James Brown daughters.
Yeah.
Yeah, they buried him in the backyard. Because you know how people like to go to the to the grave of famous people, and they be messing around with the grave and everything like that. So that's why they was trying to protect him.
Why they said something about his daughter dead.
That was James Brown's daughter dead.
Oh, she died.
Yeah. I don't know if she's the one that's keeping his body at the house or whatever. But anyway, this investigator said he would look at the material that this woman by the name of Hollander brought and will decide whether to open an investigation. So I don't know why it takes so long, because this happened. What happened? What year he died? I mean, you know, 5 or 6 years later, like it was. Some things happened so long time ago, and they wait so long before somebody decide to tell the truth.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what's going on there. Now, this is about population control agenda. Now, the United States government is ready for an incident like this because they had a guy by the name of Jesse Ventura, and he was a wrestler.
Yeah.
And then he decided to be a governor
in Minnesota.
And he found out a lot of evidence about things about the government. And he went to a place that was stacked with coffins. If you look on your tablet, you should always have your computer or tablet when you watch our show, because we will give you places to look and see what's going on. Type in FEMA coffins. I'm going to show it to you, Nate. And you will see all these coffins stacked up. They got some coffins big enough to hold 5 people. That was just, these things were made just in case they had a pandemic or something like that, epidemic. They already prepared. So type in FEMA, FEMA, coffins. That is right there.
Not too long ago, I talked
I wanted to show.
man whom I've known since, I guess, the mid.
But type it in, because this is talking. But I want you to see all those coffins. If you type in that word, FEMA coffins.
FEMA coffin.
And it was in Texas. And after Jesse Ventura went there, they started moving them around. But it's a lot of coffins. FEMA camp coffin investigated. They were just showing them stacked up. I know they had them at one time in Texas, and then they said they moved them to another place. Jesse Ventura used to have like a show on, and he would do like all kind of conspiracy stuff, and show what's going on. He was a wild card because they said when he won the governorship, they took him down somewhere and was questioning him. He told him, "You can't question me. I'm a citizen of the United States. You can't be asking me all these kind of crazy questions." He was like a wild card. They didn't want nobody to go along with the show.
Right.
And he ain't that kind of person that would go. You know what he even also said? He said he was going to run against Trump. But see, but he wanted to run as an independent. If you run as an independent, it's going to mess the election up. Yeah. Because that's going to take away votes. If you got 2 people running against Trump, that's going to be like half the vote. Mm-hmm. Trump can get all the votes from Republicans, and here the Democrats is voting for an independent and a Democrat. Jesse Ventura and Biden. I mean, they would lose.
Right.
If he wanted to run, he should have ran during the primary.
He should have ran against Trump as a Republican.
Yeah, it could have ran against him when they get ready to run as a Republican. But if you run as an independent, you're going to divide the vote. And even though Jesse Ventura is a very good guy, but you have to when you run a campaign, you got to run it right because you don't want to. We just cannot go through 4 more years of this crazy person. Because this man told people, if you have, he said, if you have the coronavirus, just go on to work. He said everything gonna be okay. And they went after him for saying that. Why you saying something so crazy? He talking about everything gonna be over in a hurry with. You don't know what's going on. He said it's all gonna be over with, in a hurry. And they haven't even finished investigating the people because they didn't have enough. America was not prepared for this.
No.
China has done a better job, even though people are dying, but they have the test kits to test them. But all the people they suspect in America have not been tested yet.
Right.
Now, when the number come out, that's when they're going to be mad because Trump ain't going to want to hear the true number of how many people got it.
That's true.
Because when the first person who died, they died like on a Friday night, but they didn't tell us until like mid part of the next day. They didn't tell us in the herd that somebody had died from us. So, they're holding things back from us. Okay. Nate, you remember that movie? What was it called? Dealing with Nassau. Was it Human Figures or something like that?
Hidden Figures?
Hidden Figures. Yeah, it was about the 3 black women.
Right.
Well, one of them died.
Right, one
yeah.
died.
And she was the mathematician. And so she died. And just think about.
She was 101.
Yeah. Just think about how good she was with math that she could figure out. I don't know how a person can figure out how far the moon is from us. I don't know how they can figure that out. You're not on the other side. You're not there. You're not way over there.
Right.
So how can you figure out how much it would take to get there?
Well, the Lord gave her brain.
Her knowledge was so powerful.
Yeah.
And they said that John Glenn said he wasn't going up unless she was on that program.
She's 101 years old.
Yes.
She's lived a long time.
But did they talk about him on the Madison show?
He talked about, and they just brought her up.
Uh-huh. Well, you hear a lot of things every day. You don't have as much time as you used to listen, huh?
No, he's not.
Yeah, because you would listen every day. You had so much knowledge about what's going on.
Right.
Everybody would know about it because you have your radio on, huh? So, more power to her. She done a wonderful job. She was a very smart woman in the space thing, and they don't think black people can do anything.
Yeah, I think we do.
Yeah, and here she was 101 years old, and she did this long time ago. Is it a time for another commercial or what?
Oh, no, go ahead. You want to have to look it up?
Does it tell you?
No, tell me the time we got. We go right now.
Okay, I'm gonna talk about one
Yeah.
more thing. Okay.
Go ahead, you can talk.
Okay, this is about Beyonce. They say she reportedly rakes in $300 million from Uber investment.
Wow.
They say Jay-Z made $700 million. They said the rideshare company went public on Friday, making its stock available to anyone who want to purchase it on the New York Stock Exchange.
Mm-hmm.
About 6 years ago, Beyonce performed at a private party by Uber. And instead of taking her usual estimated $6 million fee, she was given a small percentage of the company. She was given a percentage of the company.
Wow.
That percentage apparently could be worth $300 million today. Beyonce's husband, Jay-Z, invested in Uber as early as 2011. And they said that he was worth like over $700 million.
In the small town of Elmira, New York.
Wow, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Now the stock market is going up and down crazy right now because of what's going on.
Right, I heard about that, yeah.
But it'll get back natural though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's just going up because it don't have anything to do with how good the product is. It's just that when you go through turbulence in the country, when things be going on like this, it's going to affect the stock market because the planes, the planes, people are not, they're cutting down their trips.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then a lot of people ain't going to want to get on no cruise ship and get stuck on no cruise ship. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Like
So
me.
they cancel, they're canceling that too. So it's a lot of things being canceled right now.
Yeah, like, I'm not going on cruise ship.
No. So but after this is over with, things will be back to normal. We don't know how long it's going to take because this is something that happened like centuries ago. At one time they had the Ebola plague. You remember that was that about 5 years ago?
Yeah,
4 or 5 years ago? And you know how people were scared of everything then.
I'm listening.
Yeah, they didn't want nobody from Africa to come here during the Ebola plague. Yeah. So those things happen every once in a while.
That's true. Okay. I'm trying to think why. Go ahead. I'm just trying to figure this commercial together.
Okay. I don't know if you heard of this, Nate. This was called the Port Chicago disaster. It was dealing with some Navy people, and they was loading a ship, and they had a deadly explosion that occurred on July the 17th, 1944, at the Port Chicago Naval Magazine in Chicago, United States. Munitions detonated while being loaded into a cargo bound for the Pacific Theater of Operation. This was during the war. They said it killed 320 sailors and civilians and injured 390 others. Most of the dead and injured were enlisted African American sailors.
Wow.
Because all of them was the ones they had loading the stuff. A month later, unsafe conditions inspired hundreds of servicemen to refuse to load munitions, an act known as Port Chicago Mutiny. 50 men called the Port Chicago 50 were convicted of mutiny and sentenced to 15 years in prison and hard labor, as well as a dishonorable discharge. 47 of the 50 were released in January 46. The remaining 3 served additional months in prison because they wanted them to do the same thing again.
Wow.
And these were black sailors, and they refused to do it.
That's crazy.
So they gave them a dishonorable discharge and sent them to prison because they had the black people doing all the dangerous stuff.
Right.
That was during 1944. This was during the time when the Army and the Navy and all that was segregated. During and after the trial, questions were raised about the fairness and legality of the court-martial proceedings. On to public pressure, the United States Navy reconvened the court-martial board in 1945, and the court affirmed the guilt of the convicted men. Widespread publicity surrounding the case turned it into a cause celebre among certain Americans. It and other race-related Navy protests of 1944 and 45 led the Navy to change its practice and initiate the desegregation of the forces beginning in February 1946. Was it time for your ad?
No,
Not the
not yet.
commercial? Okay. On June 11, 2019, a concurrent resolution sponsored by the Representative Mark DeSauner, which was agreed upon on the 116th Congress. The resolution recognized the victims of the explosion and officially exonerated 50 men that was court-martial. Now, this happened in 1945, this 2019, that's 75 years later, almost. It took to get something right. Why should it take 75 years and these people died with a dishonorable discharge?
Crazy world.
It's a lot of things that take too long to get straight. You know you're wrong, just going in the see a lot of things they don't want to admit to.
That's okay. We're going to take a little break before we talk about Africa. That's what's next on the menu, right?
Yes.
Okay, next on the menu is about talking about Africa. Here's our other break we're going to take. And here it goes.
Keyboard Cat, Hamilton the Pug, and Toast Meets World. These are some of the internet's most beloved pets. And they all have one thing in common. Their stories started in a shelter. Start your story. Adopt a dog or cat today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a pet near you. Training that pet to play the keyboard, that's optional. Start a story. Adopt a shelter or rescue pet today. Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
Okay, what are you wearing right now?
Nothing.
That's right. So mommy's going to teach you how to dress yourself. Underwear always comes first, name tag at the back, then pants, then shirt. Get the first button in the right hole or you have to start all over. Socks going first, then shoes, right on right, left on left. With shoelaces, just take the ends, cross them over, switch the loops. The rabbit goes down the hole, pull tight, and you're left with bunny ears. Got it? Why are your pants on your head?
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. Visit 2min2x.org to find out more. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
How's it going? I'm having a stroke. Are you going to shake my hand? I'm having a stroke. Wow, you're not even moving your arm. I'm having a stroke.
When someone is having a stroke, they may not be able to say it with words, but their body language will tell you loud and clear. Look for FAST. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911 immediately. Know the sudden signs. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
The storks are bringing me a baby brother. We can do this together.
All right, let's go.
Storks know how to keep kids safe. Do you?
But
Oh my gosh, you don't know.
I know.
You don't. Oh man, you laugh when you're uncomfortable.
No.
Making sure your child is in the right car seat is one of the steps to safer travel.
I will rock this.
You will rock this.
To know for sure that your child is in the right car seat for their age and size, visit safercar.gov/the right seat. Cool. Very cool. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Okay. We are back on air now. Live on 365. Here we go. It's the last part of the show of Queen Mother Lois show history. My voice kind of low and I'm next, so I'm going to try to do my show.
Okay, Nate, you got your glasses on. You can see something.
Can't see you.
Your glasses.
No.
Can you see Benin, Benin? Is up in this area around here somewhere.
Let's see. Is it here?
It should be closer to the front. Benin, Benin.
Right here.
Oh, right there. Yeah. Okay. My DNA say this is where my ancestors come from, Benin, and they got Ghana.
Nigeria.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Do you see Ghana?
Let's see.
Ivory Coast. Should be around there.
Right here.
Okay.
Ghana.
Okay, Ghana. Okay. And Mali. Right there.
Oh, okay, Mali.
So my ancestors from this area right here.
Wow.
From the
It's a big
west coast of
area.
Africa. Yeah.
That's a big area.
Yeah, all around there. Senegal, Iberia, and Peninsula. So my ancestors came from this area right here. So I got that.
Pretty cool.
That's good to know.
Yeah, it is good to know.
Want to know where you come from. So anyway, so it's African time. So we're gonna talk about this lady named Dr. Ariana.
Take it over and let us see.
Oh yeah, Dr. Ariana. She's this lady I'm always showing Nate. This lady right here.
Right.
Because we she brought so much knowledge to Africa about who they are and how they happen to be in the situation. She said, my mandate is to promote Africa in the Americas and most importantly to mobilize the African diaspora, meaning all people of African descent living outside of Africa. We at the AU understand that for the continent to move forward, it will need its people in the diaspora. So that's talking about us, Nate. You are part of the African diaspora. Anybody who descended from Africa. Now they fired her from the African Union. She was running that, but she have done something else. She have made a developing thing called what is the African Diaspora Development Institute about? She said the African Diaspora Development Institute is IT that was born out of the realization that there is one-stop shopping for everything African. Business communities around the world, African diaspora, or people interested in African tourism have had to visit 55 African countries in order to find out information about Africa. There's definitely a need for a one-stop organization where people can go and get information about Africa. In addition, realizing that African economic status is what is needed today because of the massive exodus of African manpower through the brain drain that has occurred in the past 400 years. She wants people like over here in America that has money to invest into Africa.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she would rather have a person from America invest into it rather than a person from Italy or
Right.
France or England. She said, this is the motherland.
That's right.
Why should our country be turned over to other people to get rich?
Right.
Why don't you do it?
That's true.
Like Akon is bringing electricity there.
Mm-hmm.
He decided to invest in that and he's bringing electricity. Although his descendants is from Africa, like all our descendants are.
Right.
But I mean, invest into a country that's going to grow because now people realize, do you know, like, I was reading about the chocolate in Africa, the cocoa. Now, they have like, I'm gonna have to pull it up because I changed the subject. But anyway, what she's saying is about you can type in your computer the African Diaspora Development Institute and you can read about it. You can find about that if you want to invest in that country or do whatever. You go there and they will tell you everything you need to know and you can leave your name. And if you got a company where you want to sell stuff over in Africa,
Mm-hmm.
you can advertise it in this institute.
Oh, okay.
And get your business going. This will be a direct link. You don't have to go there and try to find something. Everything will be in this main place.
Right.
And you can decide on what you want to do. They say a Chinese man from Wuhan sneaked into the country after bribing Kenyan official. Now this is where this thing started at.
Yeah,
the virus.
The virus, right.
And he's from there. And he sneaked into
Kenya.
Yeah. He paid somebody some money. Why would somebody allow that? You selling out your whole country for a couple of dollars where you're bringing the disease into there.
Mm-hmm.
That don't make any sense.
Nope.
People do anything for $1.
It's a shame.
It don't make no. You're not protecting your own country.
Oh, they don't care.
People, they always got people that sell out. Sell out anything. Okay, I'm going to show you what I was reading about. Okay, they was talking about, over there in Africa and Ethiopia and stuff, this is where a lot of the coffee beans come from, and also the cocoa.
Right.
Now, I'm telling you how much things that are chocolate cost. Because sea candy is made from chocolate.
Right. Oh, sea candy, yeah.
Yeah. It's chocolate.
Right. Sea candy, yeah.
And they giving Africa nothing for the chocolate and the cocoa beans they're getting from it.
So sea candy ain't paying Africa nothing.
No, they getting it for a little bit of money. But seeds candy costs $23 a pound.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I got some in February.
And they get it.
They're paying pennies on the dollar to the African people for the cocoa.
And we paying more.
Yeah, but the thing about it is, what I'm saying is that Africa not making no money off of it.
I'm saying we paying more where Africa should be making more.
Africa should be making more money off of the cocoa. because the Snickers candy bar, they used to be and the Butterfinger used to be a nickel in my day.
Right.
Now you paying $1 and something for a candy bar.
That's right.
So I'm saying the prices have went up.
But not for the people.
But not for people in Africa that's growing the beans.
Right.
I mean, I drank some. Desi got a chocolate syrup to put in your coffee. It tastes really good. But I'm saying they're doing a lot of things out of chocolate.
Right.
They're making your drinks, your health drinks, and everything out of it.
Yeah.
But the people in Africa,
it's not getting paid for.
They're not getting paid because everything they selling the raw products. They're not selling something that's been refined.
Right.
So that's what the lady, Dr. Ariana, do. She wants them to learn how to refine products, and they can get more for their dollar.
That's right.
Like when you have a raw potato, it don't cost that much. You know, if you go take and buy one potato, that don't cost that much. But if you make French fries out of that potato, it costs $1.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
More than $1.
Yeah, yeah. You make some potato chips out of it.
That's right.
See, the more things you do out of that first stage, you make more money. So they have to figure out see, like the people who are in America, like the basketball players and stuff.
Right.
They could go set up factories over there. Where they can make the candy their own self.
That's true.
And sell it. They got to think business wise. How can we get the most money out of this product we're doing instead of letting somebody else make all the money?
That's right. You're right.
But the people in Africa don't have the money to make all the plants and the factories and stuff. But they got a lot of rich basketball players and baseball players and football players that got the money.
That's right.
Instead of buying all these houses and cars, you know, buying 6 or 7 cars, you don't drive one car at a time. You know what I'm saying? Right. You should invest your money and let your money buy the car.
Right.
You shouldn't take all your dollars and just buy a house or a car and don't have no income coming in. The first thing you got to do is you always want to make income to come into you. That's what wise business is. And a lot of times you have people who are around you. They want you to have the money where they can make money off you, but they're not advising you the way to bring in more money.
Right.
Like LeBron James, he got good people around him. He got people he grew up with.
Yeah.
It's handling his money and stuff like that.
Right.
But you have some people who have the other man running their business and they don't want you to invest into your own neighborhood.
That's true.
Because like the basketball players and stuff, the first thing they do when they got money, they should have went and brought a grocery store in the hood where they came from.
Right.
Buy a McDonald's or whatever. And have income coming in when you get old. Because they say so many of them die broke.
Yep. That's true.
They don't have no money for their own funeral. You got to learn how to make money.
Yeah.
You have to plant money for it to grow. And I'm thinking, I look at all this chocolate and I'm saying, boys, the Snickers candy bar, I was in line. I was looking at the price of a soda pop. It was $1 and something for a Coke. When I remember, boy, we used to get Cokes for a nickel. You know what I'm saying? Seeing how prices went up and everything. I mean, prices and went sky high on everything. How much was soda pop when you was a kid?
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
I don't, like I said, I haven't drank soda in a while, so I don't know.
Or when you was a child, you don't see, like in my neighborhood, when we was kids, we went to store for people to make money. So when we came home from school, we went on to our neighbors, to the old people houses and asked and say, Miss Irene, do you need anything from the store? And that's how we made our allowance, our money. That was a sound you heard, huh?
Yeah, I gotta see it. Right. Go ahead. Okay.
They said Ghana supplies about 1/5 of all the cocoa beans, for which it earns about $2 billion a year, less than 1/5 of the value of chocolate that is manufactured, branded, and sold. Ghana president said his country is locked in a colonial-style relationship with the world chocolate manufacturers, in which it provides raw materials only to import finished goods. Chocolate is a 100 billion industry, and we who produce it 65% of the raw material make less than 6 billion. And other people making 100 billion. From the sweat and toil of all our farmers. Referring to the combined sales of Ghana and Ivory Coast. What prevented these two countries, he asked, from earning more by turning beans into cocoa liquor and cocoa butter, or even manufacturing finished chocolate bars? Because people do buy cocoa butter too. They put on their skin. Which time we have?
About 10 more minutes.
You know, the whole thing is about thinking about, what can I do? They need to have like a think tank. You just get together and just sit around and think about, what can I do to make this better?
Well, that's the way, like I said, with that, everybody got to know it's working together. And that's our biggest problem.
Yeah.
Our race. Mostly.
Yeah.
Everybody else, but our race, we have to start working together instead of he make his, and I don't know you, and I'm going to tell this person to take your money because you're making too much and I make it.
Yeah, like crabs in the barrel.
Right.
They don't want nobody to climb up and be successful.
Right. That's the problem.
But if you come together as one people and start thinking different, you can have more.
Yeah.
Because the man always want to divide you. They say when you divide, you fall.
Right. That's what he wants. So we have to start realizing that we are our worst enemy.
Yeah. And stop being jealous of what you got.
Right.
If you successful, we should applaud you.
Right.
Because you're going to reach back and try to pull somebody else up.
We spend $3 trillion a year.
Yeah.
We got nothing to show for it.
No. And they spending all that money on the wigs from China.
Yeah.
And everywhere instead of making their own wigs.
And they don't like us at all either.
You know, they don't like, when you walk into their store, they're looking at you the whole time. I walk out of their store when I go into it. Because they're looking at you like you're a thief.
Right.
You know, when you walk in the store, they stop what they're doing to look at you. And whenever I go into a store and a person is watching me, I just politely say, no, thank you. I'm not going to buy anything because I'm not a crook.
Right.
Show me the respect that you show someone else.
That's it.
So we've had a wonderful show today. I really enjoyed being here. And Nate, the shirt that you have on, let's advertise it.
Smile, people. You got to smile. It's by Nate Ski 225, Area of the Blue. Coming up next on the True School Radio Independent Playlist. Coming up next in about 10 minutes. It's 6:20 California time. It'll be 9:30 Eastern. Be coming on with the True School Radio Independent Playlist.
What all colors does this come in?
All colors. Got black. We got what? I got yellow. No, I got yellow. I got orange. I forgot what color.
I think you got a yellow.
Yeah, I got yellow, orange, black.
You got a green.
Red, green. Yeah, all the colors that we have. It'll be back on sale after May. Because my website will be up then. Right now it's down. Got to get cleaned up and working on it by tomorrow. Because the young lady will come by and advertise, stop being my social media person to get me out there more. My voice is kind of hoarse, but I'm going to see my voice back by next time I be on air. But I'm going to be on air tonight just to play music and talk a little bit and let the music play.
And you drinking his hot tea.
Yeah, I got to get some more.
So how much your shirt sells for? You're going to have a sale for
right
the
now,
first
the
part?
shirt was $15. Now I'm going to have it $10 starting in May until May 1st to end of May. It'll be $10 for each shirt. Then my new one will be coming out with my new song, Slam Damn. I don't care if you hate my skin. How you like that?
Oh, the song is coming out?
Yeah, Drake's have it done hopefully by that time because he had it. He just going through a little phase right now. So I got to wait till he get his music back in his brain.
Oh, okay.
His mom passed away, his cousin passed away, so he's taking it.
Oh, he have a lot of death in his family.
Yeah. So we just got to wait and hopefully the Lord bless him. I told him we pray for him and get his mind back into it. So thank you for listening to the show. Subscribe to Queen Mother Lois Show History on YouTube.
And we just think, we would like people to call in and be live on the show.
Right. You can call in, starting, if you're going to call in every first Saturday of the month is 909-352-0037. And later on, we will be on YouTube, Instagram next. Time we come up, we'll be on Instagram. Right now, we're on YouTube and Facebook. True School Radio. You can listen to us live 365 on 365 live 365 True School Radio. That's TRUSKOOL Radio. And you can subscribe on the same thing with YouTube. You go to Queen Mother Lois Show History. And the more you subscribe, the more we can stay on. And on Facebook, it's the same thing. TRUSKOOL. Facebook.
And we do current events. What's going on right now?
Right now.
You find out what's going on right now.
And the show will repeat. The show will repeat on Live 365 every Saturday. Let me see. We're going to try to have a rotation on Monday, Wednesday, and the late Saturday after I get off, they will repeat it. So you're going to listen to it on Live 365. Download the app, open up on True School Radio, and you will see us live. It's free.
What about the people who do music?
Music is me.
If you want to be on air, the people.
Oh yeah, if you want to be on air, you could send your music to us on TRUSKOOL radio at gmail.com. Send your music, clean version, your bio, and your picture. Independent artists only. If you're independent, we play. We're not playing anybody who's signed with a record company. We want independent artists only. Clean version. Thank you. Thank you for listening to us, and we are out. Peace,
Tulu.
love, and happiness.
All right.
I'll be on about 5 more minutes.
You gonna make some more tea?
That's what I need.
Tell Desi to put the water on.